Welcome everyone to this sort of special video. It is called the 2015 Auto Club 400 Debris and Yellow Flag Controversy reaction here. But before I begin, I just want to say a couple of disclaimers. First of all, my speech may not be perfect, especially this video where it might turn into maybe like a rage fest, you know. So I just want to get that out of the way that it might be a little trouble. It might be a little bit of trouble to understand what I'm exactly saying. So I just want to get that out of the way. Second of all, this video expresses a very strong opinion about a topic, and if you don't want to hear any other opinions, then I don't think this video is for you. And also, um, as you're watching this video or after you're done watching this video, um, if you're going to like leave a comment, if it's not respectful, or if it's not um, or if it's not exactly okay, I'll try saying it again. If you're leaving a comment, be sure to be respectful to either me or others in the comments section. And if I don't see any of that, your comment is going to be flagged or deleted, and you'll probably be blocked from, and it'll probably be blocked from ever having an opinion on this channel ever again. So that's just another reminder right here. So anyway, so anyway, those are pretty much all the disclaimers that I can come up with. But now let's get into why I made this video here. So, so today, NASCAR fans who watched yesterday's race at Auto Club Speedway, which was called the Auto Club 400, right here, there was quite a bit of controversy in the final less than 20 laps or so. Um, and possibly the bigger of the two controversies that I'm going to talk about today was just simply the debris one here. There seems to be quite a bit of like complaining, or maybe actually a lot of complaining about, you know, about like of how like NASCAR throws a caution on, like, I think it was like lap 190 or so for debris, which causes everyone to come down pit road here to make, I think what would be their second to final pit stop of the day. Yes, it was. Um, and 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 during this final set of pit stops, quite a bit of eventful things happened, such as, for example, Matt Kenseth, who was leader of the race at the time, broke an axle. Denny Hamlin got penalization right here. Right here, Matt Kenseth and Hamlin were two uh, front runners almost throughout the entire day. All and so in that case, because of the caution, and then their choice of coming on pit road, they unfortunately got themselves knocked out of the race and everything, or that's what some fans are thinking. And then also there was another caution for debris right here. I think out of the like 7 cautions, 6 of them were because of debris right here. Well, actually not. No, I'll take it back. I think it was 5 out of the 7, because I remember the Sam Hornish incident and the David Reagan incident. So yeah, so 5 out of the 7 cautions were because of debris. So this caution right here, which came on lap 199, coming to the white flagger here, Kurt Busch was leading Kevin Harvick in second. There was another caution here for debris, and I believe the majority of the debris cautions today were not shown on camera. There wasn't really a whole lot of like camera evidence to support debris on the racetrack, or to see how big or small the debris was, or how severe it could have been, or whatever, which got some fans ticked off. Trying to think here. But anyway, after that lap 199 caution right here, there were definitely pit stops right here. But then on the restart here, there was another caution here, and this would be the final caution of the day. Exiting turn number 2 right there on the first attempt of a green checker, where Kyle Larson lost his rear sheet metal right here, and I think that was possibly the only debris caution where it actually showed the debris on camera here, which set up another green checkered right here, and then on this final green checkered, there were quite a bit of crazy things happening. First of all, Keselowski, who had 4 tires, and Harvick and Kurt Busch had two tires. Keselowski was able to get by both of them, eventually winning the race. But also just before Keselowski passed Kurt Busch here, Greg Biffle spun on the final lap in the tri-oval right here as Kurt Busch and Keselowski were going into turn one here, and the NASCAR decided not to throw the caution, despite even even though it was like the final lap, and NASCAR decided to let them race back right here because they found the debris from Greg Biffle's wrecked car, and Greg Biffle was able to drive away. Thus, the reason why NASCAR didn't throw the caution at all. Trying to think here again. But nevertheless, Brad Keselowski won. Kurt Busch finished third after having the most dominant car of the day right here. And as you can see in the description, uh, there were several people saying things such as right here, like fake debris, not showing the debris on television. Why didn't NASCAR throw a caution? NASCAR controls the outcome. NASCAR doesn't like Kurt Busch. Inconsistency once again, and so much other stuff. Which to me, honestly, in my opinion, I kind of find anyone who really says that, I kind of find to be a little ignorant, idiotic, maybe stupid, dumb, and stuff. Just kind of like not the smartest things and not the healthiest things for any human being to say, in my opinion. But I'll get to more of my opinion in a second. And also, even though it's not in the title or in the description, I also want to mention how there was controversy between like the penalties, are the penalties, such as the penalty that Hamlin got, which is for an uncontrolled tire right here. And I guess what has made people sparked up this time around is because of this. I feel like not just in NASCAR, but in like everyday in life, like once and twice it may not get you like angry, but then after a while you're gonna get angry, and eventually you might just like lose everything right here, which I think is one of the reasons why the NASCAR nation seems to be kind of, or some people in the NASCAR nation, not everyone, seem to be very upset about this, of how of how some people feel like, of how this is like the 500. Some fans would say of how this is like the 50th time that something like this has happened. Debris, NASCAR didn't show it. I think NASCAR. Some would say that a NASCAR just made a caution up, even though there wasn't actually debris. And other stuff along that lines. And then, and I guess in some ways, if you were a Kurt Busch like supporter, or anyone else who had a good run up until those cautions, and I guess other drivers included can be like Matt Kenseth and Hamlin, you would be mad. You could be mad at NASCAR for throwing out a caution and everything, because then led to this, which then caused them to lose the race. And if that caution didn't come out, someone like Kenseth could have won, or Kurt Busch could have won, and etc. And I can definitely understand why someone would be frustrated at that, especially if it was one of my favorite drivers, and everything. But okay, I'm trying to think here again. But I just kind of feel like that in some ways there's just simply a lot more to, like, NASCAR throws a caution because of this, you know you know and what I personally feel like is that it not everything is NASCAR's fault, and I don't think NASCAR could would ever say to themselves, let's change the ending of the race. Let's cause Kurt Busch to lose. Because to me, honestly, if NASCAR said that, then I think NASCAR would be in a lot more trouble, or just simply under a lot more fire than what they are today. I don't think NASCAR controls the outcome at all, and I don't think NASCAR necessarily hates anyone. Hates anyone here, and I don't think NASCAR was like purposely trying to create controversy at all. But what happens is that I haven't read like every single article and comment that like NASCAR has stated, and what the fans have stated. So I just want to point that out right here. I know it's kind of late, but oh well. Um, but I remember reading an article on NASCAR.com talking about of how like of how there's like multiple people up in like the like booth, like watching the race right here, watching the race. So watching the race, meaning that it's not exactly like one person being like, I see debris, I see debris. No, it's like several people who see debris, and this isn't just like I see debris, let's throw a caution. It's not that. You know, so it's not like that. It's not just like that quick of a decision. It's kind of more. I see it as more as like a lengthy process or here, and I feel like this. Now some NASCAR fans would say that even it would say that if the would say that it's I guess here. Let me try saying that again. Now, some NASCAR fans would say that if the debris was like the size of like a can, some would say that what doesn't matter. It's 2 laps to go. Do you, who really thinks that that debris is going to cause trouble right here? But the answer is the chance of like a can size debris, whether it's on the check or on the apron, causing trouble. That's a very small chance. But the thing is, a small chance is still a chance to me, because the thing is, over the years we have seen we have seen the consequences of debris. It can cause someone to have a bad day. It could get into the grandstands. It can get into the infield. It could hurt an official, etc. Pick your member. So basically, I feel like if you're a NASCAR fan, what I would say to the other NASCAR fans is that I would just simply suggest to like take uh, more into account of all the different possibilities into a NASCAR race, because the thing is, it's NASCAR. Nothing. Oh, because the thing is, it's NASCAR. Anything can happen. Don't just like don't just like simply like assume that like like a small chunk of debris with like 2 laps to go isn't going to create any trouble. Because the thing is, the answer is it could, but like I said, it's a small chance. But the thing is, like I said, a small chance is still a chance right here. So yeah, and when it comes to like, I guess you could say like Kansas fans being angry at NASCAR for possibly purposely throwing out a caution, I feel like in this case, it's not exactly NASCAR's fault that Kansas broke his axle. I think it's Kansas team's fault, because the thing is, it wasn't certain to happen that Kansas would just break an axle. You know, it was his team, and it was just kind of unfortunate luck here happened. Now, would that had happened if the caution didn't come out? No, but the thing is, but the thing is, NASCAR throwing out a caution right away did not decide or control Kansas having a broken axle. That's not the answer. You know. Right here. So if you're a Kansas fan, don't blame NASCAR. Blame Kansas team for having that unfortunate incident, because that incident could have been prevented. You know, and Kansas still could have won that race, even with the cautions and everything. So yeah, and when it comes to things like Hamlin, and even early in the race, Logano game penalties for, for like uncontrolled tire. The thing is, NASCAR throws out these penalties because NASCAR knows that these teams can perform better. But I also feel like in some cases it's also like a safety measure, because the thing is, if a tire was able to escape a pit box and a car hit it, that could do a couple things. One, that would cause slight damage to the driver's car, and two, that could hurt. It could seriously hurt another car, a pit crew member, maybe even like a fan, or something, or something else. Which is why I think NASCAR, penalizes teams not doing that. Now in Logano's case, the uncontrolled tire, it was still inside of the box, but the problem is the tire man was not like rolling a tire all the way up here. So I feel like so, so I feel like So I feel like that would definitely create controversy, because I could see it NASCAR fans being like, "What does it matter? The tire is still inside the box. Why does the crewman still have to roll the tire?" But the thing is, NASCAR has these rules, and I feel like it's kind of, I feel like you just simply have to respect that NASCAR has this as a rule, and I don't think NASCAR is going to change it anytime soon. So, yeah, in terms of Danny Hamlin, his tire actually went outside the box right here, and that's just simply uh, kind of maybe and I think the cost of that was just simply the fact that of how it was late in the race, and there was a lot of pressure on these drivers and teams to perform well, and I felt like that maybe like pressure is unfortunately caused the tire to go away. But this happens, but this happens, you know, in a lot of races every single season. Of drivers losing races because of penalties or because of a caution thrown out right here. So in that case, so in that case, unfortunately, so in that case, if you're a Kansas or Hamlin fan or supporter, or thinks that like NASCAR threw out this penalty because Kenseth, basically, let me say it again, or if you think like it was NASCAR's fault that Kenseth and Hamlin uh, lost this race because NASCAR threw out the caution. I do feel like that, I can understand your frustration, but the thing is, not everything is NASCAR's fault, and NASCAR has these rules, and I think it's your job to kind of respect them. That's the best thing that I think you can do. And don't worry. I think Kenseth and Hamlin will still continue to be dominant. I don't think that this like ruins them. But anyway, I've kind of spent a long time with this. Let's now jump into the final restart right here. Here. No caution on the final lap. I think the reason why NASCAR chose not to throw out the caution was just simply because there wasn't necessarily a reason to throw out the caution. There was no debris on the track, and plus Biffle got away. Fine. Why should a caution throw out that? If a caution got thrown out for that, I, I would find that, I would just kind of find that maybe just a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, and I'm actually glad that NASCAR didn't throw out the caution, because in that case uh we couldn't had at least we wouldn't had seen that intense battle for the lead, or the battle for the lead wouldn't had just would have been canceled if NASCAR threw out the caution. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I know this like live stream isn't perfect right here, but it's just kind of hard because the thing is this controversy. There's a lot of controversy about this, and there's like so much to go into like detail and everything, and it's just kind of a lot to like take in. But anyway, now I'm trying to think about what I can say next year. So I'm glad that NASCAR didn't throw out the caution, and I think that was a very smart move, but by NASCAR, and some. But overall, when it comes to like NASCAR throwing out a caution for this, but not throwing out a caution for this on the final lap, I just feel like in this case, it's just simply NASCAR's decision to throw out the caution whenever they want to, and and everything. And I kind of feel like in some ways, I can't exactly be like super upset about NASCAR, because the thing is, it's their choice. It's their choice to throw out the caution, and if they, but and I feel like as an Oscar fan, as much as I either love or don't love, if they throw out a caution or not, it's just something you kind of have to respect. And the thing is, this has been something since day one, so why get really upset? So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. But overall, I guess I cannot talk about this or whatever. I just kind of feel like that in some ways the way the fans have been, not fine, not the way the fans, the way that some of the fans have been reacting to this. I just kind of feel like that it's not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say, what would you say here? The NASCAR fans should. NASCAR fans should have the right, should obviously have the right to speak whatever they want and whatever they saw. That's their opinion. That's their opinion and everything. But I'm just gonna say this. Watch watch what you say, because to me, in my opinion, because to me in my opinion, I think that if you're saying things like fake debris and not showing the car, not showing it on TV, why did NASCAR do that? NASCAR controls the outcome. Okay, NASCAR doesn't like Kurt Busch. Inconsistency once again, because I feel like if you're doing that time after time, I think it really is going to kind of, I think it does a couple things. I think it kind of turns you into a more reactive person, and being reactive is not good in general. But I also feel like that it might also kind of destroy your life out, outside that outside NASCAR if you're saying like this and that and everything. So yeah. So that's kind of what I have to say about that. I kind of feel like that at this point. I'm going to have to kind of end the reaction video here. I know this reaction video isn't probably to some people. I know it's not going to be like the most perfect reaction video, but I just kind of wanted to kind of do it just to kind of get my thoughts um, out there. And I guess in some ways on like one like final note, I guess I get I guess my advice my advice I guess my advice or suggestion to NASCAR fans is just to simply um you know um try to think a little bit, try to think about it a little more, and do some like and do some like research, and do some like research, and actually see actually see if you can actually ask questions NASCAR on the sport on why they like make like this and that decision. Don't don't just like always say like NASCAR's fault for Kansas breaking his axle. Don't always say that. Like every single time. Because I think if you say that, it might actually really damage your life later on. But anyway, that's really all I gotta say. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, but be sure to be respectful, or else I'll delete and block you. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and bye.